The Houthi terrorists say they will continue attacking ships in the Red Sea as Israel presses on in its war against Hamas.
And we're going to hear a list of steps the U.S. may need to take to ensure safe passage within these waters from Captain James Fennell, the former Director of Intelligence for the U.S. Pacific Fleet.
I think right now we're in a position where we've just announced this Operation Prosperity Guardian, where the plan is, as you mentioned, is defensive to essentially escort commercial vessels and tankers through the Red Sea and Suez. But the attacks have continued, and these major companies, these shipping companies like Maersk, have, which controls about 15% of the world's global supply, transportation supply, they've already diverted their ships around. And so it's already having an impact, and they're not accepting a defensive posture. So we need to think about the old saying, which is it's harder to shoot down a bunch of arrows than it is to find the archer that has the arrows and take out the archer.
Right, and Captain Fennell, this is very serious, considering that benchmark crude is now up to $78 a barrel. That's up 2% here. It's major impact. Do you think that there is any diplomatic means of bringing about a solution here, or does it have to come down to actual physical attacks?
Well, I think that the Secretary of Defense and I think the Secretary of State, and I know they've been recently in the region. The Secretary of Defense has been in the region visiting Israel. I think they should be visiting Egypt and Saudi Arabia and go to Riyadh, and they need to tell the Egyptians that they have to provide increased defense, not just escorting ships with U.S. and the coalition partners, but the Egyptians have to step up. In 2022 and 2023, they made almost $10 billion from the fees that they charge for shipping. So they have a staked interest in this, and they should be producing more defensive and security patrols.
And the U.S. has even reached out to other international partners, such as Australia, in hopes of maybe sending a frigate or some other type of vessel to the region to increase these patrols. Do you think that the United States would need to actually act and take offensive posture here, and what would that look like?
Well, it's very nice to have our allies step up and provide the escorts. That's good. That's a good signal about our alliance structure. But we're going to probably have to take some action, because the real root of the problem is Iran. Iran's the one that has been funding Hezbollah, Hamas, and now the Houthis all together. And they're creating this havoc. And so we need to be able to go after the people that are launching missile attacks, rocket attacks, drone attacks against commercial vessels that are not only increasing the price of crude oil today, but what will this mean for all of the world in terms of inflation in the next 6 months to 12 months? Because we've already been living with the effects of raised oil prices.
Captain James Fennell, former Director of Intelligence for the U.S. Pacific Fleet, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.